Hello everyone, today we're going to be continuing our reading of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. We'll be continuing on H. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Okay, so H. Hide behind. Mom classification. 4X. The hide behind is an accidentally created species, which was imported to North America by Old World crook Phineas Fletcher. Fletcher, a trader in banned artifacts and creatures, had intended to import a trafficked demiguise into the New World with the aim of manufacturing invisibility cloaks. The demiguise escaped on board ship and bred with a stowaway ghoul. Ooh. Their resultant offspring escaped into Massachusetts forests when Phineas's ship docked, and their descendants continue to infest the region today. The hide behind is nocturnal and has the power of invisibility. Those who have seen it describe a tall, silver-haired creature, something like a skinny bear. Its preferred prey is humans, which magizoologists speculate is the result of the cruelty with which Phineas Fletcher was known to treat the unfortunate creatures in his power. Oh, so this is the hide behind. Oh, that would be so creepy. This kind of goes along hand in hand because I believe Massachusetts, this is kind of like where the Appalachian region is in the United States, I think. And there's so many mysterious stories about the Appalachian region and in the forests and mountains in that area. There's just a lot of supernatural folk tales, I guess you could say. Really cool. Super creepy. Super creepy. But okay, next. Hippocampus. Mom classification 3X. Originating in Greece, the hippocampus has the head and forequarters of a horse, and the tail and hindquarters of a giant fish. Though the species is usually to be found in the Mediterranean, a superb blue roan specimen was caught by merpeople off the shores of Scotland in 1949 and subsequently domesticated by them. The hippocampus lays large, semi-transparent eggs through which the tadpole may be seen. This is an egg through which the tadpole may be seen. Interesting. So it's like a seahorse, literally a horse, but a seahorse. And it's larger, I imagine. Kind of looks like kelpie, right? Am I wrong on that? Horse and tail, hindquarters of a giant fish. That's basically the kelpie. Okay. Ooh, very cool. Hippogriff, one of my favorites. So cool. Hippogriff, mom classification, 3X. The hippogriff is native to Europe, though now found worldwide. It has the head of a giant eagle and the body of a horse. It can be tamed, though this should be attempted only by experts. Eye contact should be maintained when approaching a hippogriff. Bowing shows good intentions. If the hippogriff returns the greeting, it is safe to draw closer. The hippogriff burrows for insects, but will also eat birds and small mammals. Breeding hippogriffs build nests upon the ground into which they will lay a single large and frail egg, which hatches within 24 hours. 24 hours? My gosh. The fledgling hippogriff should be ready to fly within a week, though it will be a matter of months before it is able to accompany its parent on longer journeys. Wow. Hatches within 24 hours. My goodness, that is a fast incubation period. Will lay a single large and fragile egg, which hatches within 24 hours. Look at the baby hippogriff. Oh, I've never seen actually a baby hippogriff. It's so cute. Look at its little wing. So cute. Okay, let's continue. Hodag, mom classification 3X. The hodag is horned with red glowing eyes and long fangs, and the size of a large dog. The hodag's magic resides largely in its horns, which, when powdered, make a man immune to the effects of alcohol and able to go without sleep for 7 days and 7 nights. Like the snallygaster, the hodag is a North American creature whose antics have excited considerable Muggle interest and curiosity. It feeds largely on moon calves, and is consequently attracted to Muggle farms at night. McCuse's Department of No-Maj Information has put in considerable work to successfully convince Muggles that sightings of hodags have been hoaxes. It is now confined, mostly successfully, to a protected area around Wisconsin. Interesting. I've never heard of a hodag before in real life, but interesting. Could be mistaken for like a coyote or something. Is that possible? Maybe. Cool. Oh, or like a wolf man. Could be wolf, like, I don't know, wolf man thing. Oh, I love this. This is so cool. Horklump specimens collected Scandinavia, shown in various forms, found abundant across Scandinavia and North Europe. Predator, gnomes, classification X. So they're boring. And then Newt Scamander has his signature right over top of that. Very cool. So Horklump. This is, you get Horklumps in Hogwarts Legacy. They're like everywhere in Hogwarts Legacy. So they're pretty familiar, but they look different, obviously, than this. The Horklump comes from Scandinavia, but is now widespread throughout Northern Europe. It resembles a fleshy, pinkish mushroom covered in sparse, wiry black bristles. A prodigious breeder, the Horklump will cover an average garden in a matter of days. It spreads sinewy tentacles rather than roots into the ground to search for its preferred food of earthworms. The Horklump is a favorite delicacy of gnomes, but otherwise has no discernible use. Interesting. But I wonder why you need it so much in Hogwarts Legacy. That's pretty funny. The Horklump will cover an average garden in a matter of days. Cool. Horned serpent. Mom classification 5X. Several species of horned serpents exist globally. Large specimens have been caught in the Far East, while ancient bestiaries suggest that they were once native to Western Europe, where they have been hunted to extinction by wizards in search of potion ingredients. The largest and most diverse group of horned serpents still in existence is to be found in North America, of which the most famous and highly prized has a jewel in its forehead. Jewel in its forehead, interesting. Which is reputed to give the power of invisibility and flight. A legend exists concerning the founder of Ilvermorny School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, Ilsolt Sayre, and a horned serpent. Sayre was reputed to be able to understand the serpent, which offered her shavings from its horn as the core of the first ever American-made wand. The horned serpent gives its name to one of the houses of Ilvermorny. Interesting. Horned serpent. Huh. Cool. Imp. Mom classification 2X. The imp is found only in Britain and Ireland. It is sometimes confused with the pixie. They are of similar height, between 6 and 8 inches, though the imp cannot fly as the pixie can, nor is it as vividly colored. The imp is usually dark brown to black. It does, however, have a similar slapstick sense of humor. Its preferred terrain is damp and marshy, and it is often found near riverbanks, where it will amuse itself by pushing and tripping the unwary. Imps eat small insects and have breeding habits much like the fairies, though imps do not spin cocoons. The young are hatched fully formed at around 1 inch in length. Cool. Very cool. Also, imps are very tiny. I didn't realize they were this tiny, though, because that's a human foot, I imagine, with a net. All right. Jarvie, mom classification, 3X. The Jarvie is found in Britain, Ireland, and North America. It resembles an overgrown ferret in most respects, except for the fact that it can talk. True conversation, however, is beyond the wit of the Jarvie, which tends to confine itself to short and often rude phrases in an almost constant stream. Jarvies live mostly below ground, where they pursue gnomes, though they will also eat moles, rats, and voles. Jobberknoll, am I getting that right? Mom classification, 2X. The jobberknoll, Northern Europe and America, is a tiny blue speckled bird which eats small insects. It makes no sound until the moment of its death, at which point it lets out a long scream made up of every sound it has ever heard. That is horrifying. Regurgitated backwards. Jobberknoll feathers are used in truth serums and memory potions. Tiny blue speckled bird which eats small insects. Kind of looks like a blue jay. Cool. So the only magical thing about it is that it lets off a scream of every sound it's ever heard. I don't understand why that should be hidden by muggles, because, I don't know, birds do that type of thing. So, yeah, I don't know. It resembles an overgrown ferret in most respects. Oh, this is the Jarvie. So is the Jarvie in the first Fantastic Beasts, is that what attacks the muggle? That naked mole rat type thing? I mean, it doesn't look anything like this, but I don't remember it saying anything, though. Maybe it wasn't a Jarvie. But he gets bitten by it, and I can't remember what it was called. Kappa. Mom classification, 4X. The kappa is a Japanese water demon that inhabits shallow ponds and rivers, often said to look like a monkey with fish scales instead of fur. It has a hollow in the top of its head in which it carries water. The kappa feeds on human blood, but may be persuaded not to harm a person if it is thrown a cucumber with that person's name carved into it. What? In confrontation, a wizard should trick the kappa into bowing. If it does so, the water in the hollow of its head will run out, depriving it of all its strength. That's so funny. Okay, Kelpie. See, this is what I was talking about with. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it doesn't have a fishtail. Let's see. Mom classification, 4X. This British and Irish water demon can take various shapes, though it most often appears as a horse with bulrushes for a mane. Having lured the unwary onto its back, it will dive straight to the bottom of its river or lake and devour the rider, letting the entrails float to the surface. The correct means to overcome a Kelpie is to get a bridle over its head with a placement charm, which renders it docile and unthreatening. Huh. Did the one in Fantastic Beasts have a bridle when Newt went into the pond? Or wherever in his suitcase. I don't know if it was a pond or a lake or whatever. I wonder, I've got to watch that movie again and see. The world's largest Kelpie is found in Loch Ness, Scotland. Its favorite form is that of a sea serpent. See below. International Confederation of Wizard Observers realized that they were not dealing with the true serpent when they saw it turn into an otter on the approach of a team of Muggle investigators, and then transform back into a serpent when the coast was clear. That's so funny. So this is the Kelpie. So I thought a Kelpie actually had a fishtail, but I guess that's different. So the hippocampus and the Kelpie are similar, but they're different. Okay. Gnarl. Mom classification, 3X. The gnarl, Northern Europe and America, is usually mistaken for a hedgehog by Muggles. The two species are indeed indistinguishable, except for one important behavioral difference. If food is left out in the garden for a hedgehog, it will accept and enjoy the gift. If food is offered to a gnarl, on the other hand, it will assume that the householder is attempting to lure it into a trap and will savage that householder's garden plants or garden ornaments. Many a Muggle child has been accused of vandalism when an offended gnarl was the real culprit. That's so funny. Kneazle, Mom classification, 3X. The Kneazle was originally bred in Britain, though it is now exported worldwide. A small cat-like creature with flecked, speckled, or spotted fur, outsized ears, and a tail like a lion's. The Kneazle is intelligent, independent, and occasionally aggressive, though if it takes a liking to a witch or wizard, it makes an excellent pet. Oh, cute. The Kneazle has an uncanny ability to detect unsavory or suspicious characters, and can be relied upon to guide its owner safely home if they are lost. Kneazles have up to 8 kittens in a litter and can interbreed with cats. Licenses are required for ownership, as, like Krups and Foopers, Kneazles are sufficiently unusual in appearance to attract Muggle interest. Cool. So pretty. I know there's Kneazles in Hogwarts Legacy as well, and you can catch them. And they're pretty cool. They look different. Again, they look different. They more look like a bobcat or a lynx in Hogwarts Legacy, whereas this I find looks more like a Bengal cat or a little leopard or something. Cool. All right, we're going to end there for today. Great. Thank you so much. We'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. We'll continue with Elle. Thanks, everyone.